It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the surface of the sun. That's right. It's where that's apparently where I'm recording from right now. This is the freaking surface of the sun. But welcome, everybody, to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, August 6th, 2022. I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, as always, here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. And what in the hell am I talking about this week besides the heat? It is ungodly hot. Square Enix's Manga UP is responding to their censorship concerns. Aw, we got some new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news. That's right. Halo 2's impossible challenge has been conquered. That's gonna be fun. Hey, here's some more Pokemon news. Yeah, apparently competitive Pokemon is now gonna be allowing mythical Pokemon. You know, before they were banned. Now they're not. That's going to change the game. And a Diablo Immortal player claims that he cannot get a match after spending $100,000. Yes, this is the one that spent $100,000 to upgrade their character, and now they can't get a match, and they're a little upset. All this and more this week on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. But hey, you know the song and dance by now, I'm sure you do, but hey, we still have new verses, though. That's right, it's like that song that you only ever hear the first couple minutes of, and you're like, oh, this is really good, then you look at the rest of it, it's like, oh, wow, there's more lyrics to it, yeah! So if you're in the mood for oddities, collectibles, weird stuff, what have you, come check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012, on eBay. I have a wide variety of crap for sale. One person's trash is usually another person's treasure on the worldwide flea market that is eBay. There's no other place in the world like it. I mean, come on, you can find anything on here. It's like AliExpress, but with guarantees that the stuff isn't going to be complete total crap. And if it is complete and total crap, eBay's got your back with a buyer protection that benefits you, the buyer, and occasionally screws over the seller. Occasionally. I've had to battle with it a few times myself, but don't worry. It protects both in a way. Sometimes it actually does. It benefits both parties. Anywho, if you want to check out my eBay page, it's ARHOADS-2012 over on eBay. And while you're out there on the information superhighway, I have an Etsy shop as well. That's right, Simple Design by Andrew. I have some wedding invitations, a couple calendars. I know it's at least a calendar. I have some planners, a journal, and some other stuff I'm working on getting up. So come check that out. All digital, so you would get instant downloads for it. A couple of them are just Canva templates, which are really cool, and you can edit in Canva, which is a really neat free. It is free, by the way. There's a pro and a regular version, but it's really cool. It's a designing platform you can use. So there's some Canva templates, which are the wedding invitations. So go check those out. Some printable stuff like planners. There's a printable journal. There's a digital journal. There's some really cool stuff over there. Go check it out. I'm trying to add some more stuff up on there because I'm trying to... I'd really like to make that passive income like full time. I can just sit back and here I design some stuff. So that's what I'm trying. But yeah, go check out what I got. Spread the word around about that. And hey, I also have a little shop over on Spring, that formerly Teespring. You can see a link to that in the description. There's a link to Etsy in the description, and is also in the description is a link to my GoFundMe page where I'm trying to get funds to either move or purchase the house I've been living in for the last 32, almost 33 years. So yeah, I know a lot of people right now are struggling with money, but if you can't give financially, spreading the word helps immensely. It really does. You can find a link to the GoFundMe page in the description. You can find a link to my Spring shop in the description, as well as a link to my Etsy shop in the description. Go check those out. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter at OtakuRhodes. That's the @ symbol, capital O-T-A-K-U, capital R-H-O-A-D-S, over on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. I know I haven't been checking that as much as I used to because I can't check it anymore on my tablet. Thank you, Facebook. And we do have a Patreon page as well, patreon.com/webdesigner18. I am trying to work on updating that. I think I did last week, I want to say, updated a little bit, but I'm working on it. We also have a Ko-fi page as well if you want to try it, if you want to help to donate, if you want to help to support the channel, which actually helps support me too right now. Feel free to over on patreon.com. I actually am thinking of adding another tier over there, so go check that out. You know, if I can make that work. But yes, so we got patreon.com/webdesigner18, Ko-fi. Both links to those can be found in the About Me section here on my channel. Go check that out. There's also Twitter, Facebook, Etsy, Spring, and eBay. I'm trying. Damn it, I'm trying. I really am. Alright, so it's the part where we go, how'd your week go, Andrew? And honestly, dull and uneventful. For once. Honestly, I was just as shocked as everybody else. I mean, holy crap, dull and uneventful. Yeah, I mostly spent it trying to get some ideas of what the hell I'm doing wrong with my Etsy shop. I'm trying to get at least one thing to sell, and nothing so far. I have 11 items up, and nothing. Not a blip on the damn radar. So there is that. Let's see, what else did I do this week? Oh, I did have an item sell on eBay, so that really... Oh, actually, I had 2 items sell on eBay so far this week. Well, now a third, so... it came in yesterday. So, yay! Three items sell in a week. Holy shit. That's for the first time in years, that's an amazing thing there. But yes, so there is that. Overall, in general, yeah, my week's been kind of uneventful in a way. Been still looking for a job, while at the same time trying to get passive income to, you know, work out, to get something coming in. You know, I'm trying. Working on the possibility of starting another podcast that I can monetize. There's a couple places out there where you can put up a podcast for free and you can actually monetize it. So I'm looking into that. I did come up with a cool name for it. I did put a thing up on Twitter about that. So that is a possibility. But yeah, overall, it's just been, I really want to say, a boring week, but it seemed to have gone by extremely fast. Though I did have a little bit of excitement Thursday night. Because it was going to be extremely warm out, my mom and I decided, hey, we're not going to really cook dinner. We actually just got some sandwiches from the local convenience store, which, yeah, I can hear somebody go, wait a minute, you're jobless. Why are you spending money? It's not that expensive for those sandwiches, and we don't do it every single day. It's when it's really, really, really hot out, neither one of us want to stand back by the stove and cook. We don't want to have the oven going. We have no air conditioner, okay? If that's the thing that people are thinking, well, just turn on your air conditioner. We don't have an air conditioner. We never have had an air conditioner, okay? It's fans, if anything. So we're just like, yeah, no, it's not worth standing back there getting super hot, and we really didn't feel so, yeah, we'll just... That's our little, hey, you know, if it's going to be really, really, really hot night, now, we're not going to do it if it's like 3 days in a row, because it's that would be a waste of money. But if it's like, hey, you know, it's going to be like, oh, hey, it's, you know, going to be like 91, 92, and we don't feel like sitting back there, or hey, it's going to be really hot, and they're calling for ugly weather, we'll go, hey, let's, you know, get a sandwich or something from the convenience store, put it in the fridge, and we'll eat it later. And that's what we did. And because I went with her to the store because I had to ship something out quick, I'm like, yeah, this will be fun. So we go to the store, and it's like, yeah, we didn't get any lottery because they were having issues. So I'm like, oh, I'll get them tonight. I'm gonna go up and get the sandwiches. So I love how my convenience store, they have one of those lottery machines. You can just stick the money in, get your draw tickets, and it's not like we do this every single week. Well, I did, but in all honesty, it's like $2 to $6. that's about what we spend. And it's not like we buy them when the jackpots are really super high. We usually buy them for a couple weeks afterwards, too, and a couple weeks, like, intermittently. But we're like, yeah, we'll get some tickets. Well, the machine ate my money. The machine just ate the money. I didn't get a ticket. Nothing came out. I went to get the voucher, so I'm like, oh, I'll just go up to the counter then and get them. They have a lottery machine up there at the counter. I'll just get it from there. Yeah, the machine was down. It decided to just, knock itself out and go, I'm sleepy. I'm going to go to sleep now. And I say something to him, and the lady at the counter yells for the acting manager. She goes, oh, I can't do anything. We don't have a key. Just take his information down, and we'll have to call him when they get somebody that can come here to take care of it. Yeah, so that was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Fast forward to just about 7 o'clock. 3 hours later, I get a phone call. We got your voucher out if you want to come up and get it. To be fair, the convenience store is only 2 miles from me, so it's not like I'm wasting the gas. It's literally 2 miles. Walking there would be about an hour for me. Just about. I mean, it took me, when I walked down to the one garage in 2020 when I got the car inspected, I dropped it off at the garage and I walked home. And it was, first off, it was an uphill. It was an uphill walk. That was a stupid idea. And I got chastised by a family member for that, because I didn't just call somebody to give me a ride. I'm like, why? I can walk. I have legs. Well, it's dangerous. So's everything else. Big frickin' deal. I walked the hell home. Now, to be fair, that was 3 miles. I've actually did it with the car. It's 3 miles from where I live to the garage that we went to. It was a 3-mile walk. Uphill. Uphill. In October. I want to say that again. 3-mile walk uphill in October. That's it. Yeah. 3-mile walk uphill in October. Needless to say, that was not fun. That was not fun at all. That was, oh my God, that was painful. So I got home, and I'm like, okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. And I'm like, oh, well, worst case scenario, I'll worry about going, maybe I can find a ride down there if it's done tomorrow. Which, yeah, I figured it was going to be done the next day, because we were dropping it off the night before. It was going to be inspected. This was a Wednesday I dropped it off. It's going to be inspected on Thursday, and I could pick it up then that afternoon. So I'm like, okay, I got the call from the garage. Hey, the car's done. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let me call. And I'm like, crap. So I'm trying to find a ride. So I'm like, I really don't want to walk back down there. I really don't want to walk back down there. I really don't want to walk back down there. Nope, my buddy was already at home. And I'm like, damn it. All right, fuck it. So I walked down. This time I took the back way, which is actually a little longer. Going the back way, it is 3.4 miles, almost 3.5 miles, almost 3.5 miles. And I'm like, I got down there, picked up the car, drove it home, parked it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm treating myself to pizza up the street. That's gonna be my reward for driving down to for dropping it off and walking home, and then walking back down and picking it up. That's my reward to myself. I am getting myself pizza. And I did. Because this is when my grandfather was in the hospital. My mom came home, and then that Wednesday, she's like, well, I'm here to drive you down to the garage, drop the car. I was like, oh, yeah, I already took care of that. And I walked home. And she's just looking at me. I said, yeah. She goes, oh, that's it. She was proud of me. She was proud of me. There's other family members that thought I was stupid as hell. You should have just called somebody. We would have came and picked you up, yeah. And then you would have screamed and bitched and hollered at me the whole time, and I didn't need that, so no. But yeah. So, like I said, it's not that far of a... For me, if I would walk out there, yeah, it would take me a little bit of time, because while I can walk certain places, it would get a little tiring. Yeah, 2 miles. Granted, if I did it every single day, yeah, 2 miles would probably be nothing. But, no, I don't see, I don't see that working out. But I'm like, I'll just drive up there. Got the voucher. Well, they're like, would you just like the money? I'm like, well, I don't know. Can I get my tickets for tomorrow? Thinking, well, look, I wanted to get tickets for 2 of the things. I know one of them's already gone off for the day, so I would have to get that one for tomorrow. But nope, they gave me one for Thursday because the other one didn't go off yet, one for Friday, and one for Saturday. I'm like, fine, fuck it, whatever. It's like, I'm not arguing this anymore. I'm like, fine, fuck it, whatever. I'm like, fine, fuck it, whatever. I'm not doing this again. So yeah, but that was like the most fun. I'm like, had to come back home and explain to my mom, yeah, the machine ate my money. The machine ate the money, and it's like, you know, it wasn't good. But yeah, so that's been my week basically. Thursday was like the weird day. It was just like nothing seemed to go right Thursday. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, here's a massive change of your luck. Enjoy. Like, oh, well, thanks. So, yeah. But anyway, let's get into this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can guarantee it. Alright, so Square Enix. I talked about this last week in my How Was Your Week, Andrew, because I caught it on my the one newsletter I get from the Anime Corner Store. And, oh god, this is hilarious. So, Square Enix's Manga Up. For those of you that didn't pay attention last week or just didn't care, it's a... I guess I want to call it like an app that you can just read manga on. Basically, it's what it is what it says it is. The only issue is that they launched a worldwide version of this digital manga reading app called Manga Up. And shortly after the app went live, people were discovering censorship. If you ever saw the Futurama episode with Vagini, the one, it was supposed to be a Star Trek ripoff of the first Star Trek movie with V'ger. Yeah, if you ever saw the Vagini episode of Futurama, you'll know what I'm going with this. Everything was freaking censored. And I mean everything was frickin' censored. They were censoring knees, they were censoring breasts, butts, thighs, you name it. Now, I did specify, when I talked about that last week, I did say, hey, I'm, fine, I can understand it if you want to censor, breasts, if you want to censor butts, thighs, I can understand that. I said I could not understand the knees, and I still stand by that. I cannot understand why you'd want to censor knees. Now, I want to change my tune a little bit. While, yes, I will say censoring breasts, butts, and thighs, I can understand to a point. I cannot understand that when they're fully clothed. So, I want to know now, when do we go back to the era of the pilgrims? Yeah, we're in the pilgrimage here. So, Square Enix launched this thing, and people are just not happy about it. Now, Japan has its own censorship laws, but yes, and this goes beyond that, okay? The censorship consists of a big black bar. No duh. It's what everything kind of is. So it's not exactly easy to miss. Anime News Network noted that in addition to putting big bars over cleavage and panty shots, which is understandable, the bars are sometimes covering characters' groins, even though they're wearing jeans. And you can't see anything anyway. And characters' knees. So, let me get this straight. If it looks like a boob, and it smells like a boob, and it seems like a boob, to you it's censorable. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Pilgrims. This almost screams of that. I wonder if they made this for that group of parents that are anti-anime, the ones that swear that anime is nothing but porn, and they constantly try to berate anybody that enjoys it. Because I swear, this feels like them. This feels like they're doing, and I can't prove it, but it feels like they're doing. But yeah, so Manga Up responded with a public statement titled regarding the censorship on the Manga Up app. It said, and I quote, "In consideration of each mobile platform's policies, some modifications were unavoidable to release the app to the whole world outside of Japan. This is not limited to only English-speaking countries. We are still in the early exploratory stages and will strive to improve while listening to your feedback. In the meanwhile, some of the content is available uncensored through other official streams, so please continue supporting the artists. Thank you for your patience," end quote. So in other words, we're censoring this shit. So I'm going to once again say this like I did last week. I want to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt right now, who in the hell thinks knees are sexy? I want to ask that, because this to me screams of, well, we're not comfortable putting this out there. Okay, granted, I can understand that. You know, modifications unavoidable to release it outside, you know, to the whole world outside of Japan. Here's a news flash for you. You do realize that if you're loading this on Google Play or the iOS App Store, that they do region lock a lot of this stuff. Like, if it's not available in, say, Sri Lanka, you can't get it in Sri Lanka. If it's not available in Kyrgyzstan, you're not getting it in Kyrgyzstan. If it's not available or it's not allowable in, let's say, Hoof and Mouth Town, you're not getting it in Hoof and Mouth Town. It is that simple. They do region lock this stuff. You want to release it to the whole world, fine. It can be released to the whole world. It'd still go through and tell you, hey, you know, first off, it's really easy, too, by the way, to figure out what qualifies and what needs to be censored by the region. And then you just fix that up for, hey, here's the version for the US, here's a version for South America, here's a version for this place, and this place, and this place, ad infinitum down the list. The fact that you deliberately didn't do this, first off, to me, screams laziness. Second, screams to me you decided to just pull the cheap cop-out. You're covering the characters when they're fully clothed. When they are fully clothed. You know, when I was in high school, and for those of you out there that don't know high school, first of all, I actually figured this out. I've been out of high school now, believe it or not, for 15 years. I could not believe that. I have been out of high school for 15 years. I could not believe that. 15 years I've been out of high school. There's a whole new generation out there. There's literally a whole new generation of teenagers now. Now I feel old. I have been out of high school for 15 years. I feel old now. So, here's the thing. And I want to stress this point. Okay? When I was in high school, we had to abide by dress codes. We had to abide by policies. High school is a soft-core porno that you are stuck in. And you have no choice but to live in it. None whatsoever. You are stuck in this soft-core porno from hell. Okay? That's what it is. High school is a soft-core porno. And the worst part is, it doesn't count as porn, but if you think about it, it really is. What do high school kids do? Screw and fuck. I literally brought this up to my mom on Thursday because she's like, did you want to put the groceries in the back seat or do you want to put them in the trunk? My mom is an advocate of putting the stuff in the trunk. I am not. I believe that, and this is my philosophy on the back seats of cars, they were designed for multiple purposes. The first and foremost purpose was to give teenagers a place to hump and screw. Okay? The second purpose was for parents or new parents to possibly bring their new child into the world if they can't make it to another place. Third, for carrying extra people. Fourth, and this is where I stand on this. I love the fourth one because this is what I will live by. It is to store your excess crap intermittently traveling if you have no children. I'm sorry, I have no kids. I'm going to store my crap in the back seat. So, yeah, it does sort of bother me in a way. But for this, what they're essentially saying is that even softcore porno, even fan service, you cannot tell me that. So basically, the character's fully clothed, so the crotch is, black barred censored, even though they got jeans on. You can't see nothing. They got jeans on. Censor it. That's making it seem worse than it is. But then to come out and say these are available uncensored through other official streams. So you're essentially telling people, look, we want you to come to us, but if you're not comfortable living with our lifestyle and abiding by our censorship, go elsewhere. And the sad thing is, people will go elsewhere. Hey, I could go to this app, it's free, official, and guess what? It's not censored. Or if it is, it's only blocking the stuff that's not okay where I live. Ad infinitum the other people. This to me honestly feels like they screwed up, but instead of admitting they screwed up, they've now shot themselves in the foot. And I would like to say they've pulled a Quibi. I'm gonna safely say it. I think they pulled a Quibi. That is gonna become a new thing. I swear. Anytime something fails in less than a year, it's gonna be I pulled a Quibi. I pulled a Quibi. I think this is gonna pull a Quibi. It's gonna fail because of this. They launched this thing worldwide, but because of that censor thing, and then because of your official statement. Because of your public official statement. Basically telling people to go elsewhere. You're censoring fully clothed individuals. You're basically telling them that the human body is not something that they need to look at. Okay. But you're basically saying beyond a shadow of a doubt that the human body is ugly and you should be ashamed. So, regardless of how you spin this, you've lost people. Regardless of if you fix this, you've lost people. The fact that you've admitted and told people, hey, go elsewhere, you're done. You're done. You're done. So I'm saying, you pulled the Quibi. Congratulations. So in other words, it seems that the fact that the app went global and different countries on the globe have different cultural taboos, which no shit, has caused the issue. Manga UP is suggesting you may even want to read these titles elsewhere, as long as it's done legally. Oh yeah, legally. Let's get that. Let's roast that chestnut for a little bit, shall we? Legally. You're basically telling them, don't spend your money on our service. Go spend your money on this service instead. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Until it solves the censorship issue, though, they haven't discussed a plan how it will deal with this, but the fact that it is willing to tell you to read elsewhere seems to indicate it understands that censorship is going to be a deal breaker for many readers. I think it's going to be a deal breaker for everybody. No offense, but what I'm afraid of is you're going to get a character on there that from the neck down to the knees, hell, probably even covering the feet, because there are people that find feet sexy. So pretty much you're just going to see a head and two arms. Maybe not even that. There are people that find shoulders sexy too. So you're probably not going to have the shoulders or the elbows too. Forget it. You're just going to see a head and a black bar. Here's an idea for a manga. Just to parody this. It's a black bar with a head on it. You have no idea what gender it is. You have no idea what sex it is. You have no idea what is behind that bar. Why? Because it's censored. There you go. There's your manga. That's all it is. They have no arms. How do they eat? Oh, no, they eat, but they have no arms. No, they have an arm. It just extends. It's another black bar. Their legs, another black bar. There are no body parts in this other than a head. The face is even a black bar. It's just a round circle with a black square right in the middle of it. That's it. That's it. Because we're too afraid that other countries and other taboos will be an issue. I get that. But the fact that you did this, and then you come out and tell people to just go elsewhere. It's like, oh, it's going to be a deal breaker. It's going to be a deal breaker. No shit, it's going to be a deal breaker. That would be a deal breaker for anything. That would be like watching an episode of Sesame Street. I'm literally going to go with the kid show here. That's like watching an episode of Sesame Street. But because there's a taboo in this, let's use a fictional country here. Let's go with Duckistan. Okay? And if there actually is a Duckistan here, I'm literally looking at a small rubber ducky when I'm thinking of this, okay? So let's go, let's go with Rubber Duckistan, okay? And in Rubber Duckistan, you cannot have any felt creatures. We cannot allow this. It is a taboo in Rubber Duckistan. Okay, there's no felt creatures allowed. Nothing that can resemble a monster can be allowed to be seen. Sesame Street. Well, it has people. There are actual actors. But because there are those felt Muppets. Black bar over the Muppets. So you are literally seeing people talking to black bars. Giant black bars and small black bars. Medium-length black bars and short black bars. That's what you're seeing. I give you the lamest excuse and the lamest answer ever to grace the screen. I understand the taboos and cultures are different in other places. I get that. The fact that you're up and telling people, hey, go elsewhere. It's like, we get this is going to be a deal breaker for you. We understand that. Go elsewhere. We don't want you. Not only are you alienating what little fans you have left, you've alienated any possibility that you're going to pull out of this. You've shot yourselves in the foot. You've screwed yourselves royally. You're done. If this thing survives 6 months after its global release, it will have not pulled a Quibi. But I am foreseeing this pulling a Quibi. I am foreseeing this pulling a Quibi. I really am. That's going to be a new... I swear that's going to be the new slang term. It's going to pull a Quibi. That's going to be great. So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet dropped some news this week. It's going to have not 1, not 2, but 3 story campaigns, which can be taken on in any order. So Game Freak's really going to... They're really busting out all the moves for this one, aren't they? Well, you would think so, but here's the problem. Because I have 2 different things for this, but they both kind of go into the same thing because they were both released at the same time, news-wise. The new legendaries are goddamn motorcycles. And you're getting them near the start of the game, apparently. So, we now have Pokemon motorcycles. So, did Game Freak look at Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and think, hey, how can we rip this off? Pokemon with motorcycles. Beautiful. I knew it. I knew you would find a way to do this. Yeah, so there's also a new gem form now for Pokemon. This is just... I want to say horrifying, but dear God, it's just bad upon God fucking awful at this point. So, they already knew that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were going to be fully open world. No duh. Yeah. With Arceus, if they would have backtracked on any future Pokemon games, you pretty much would have been looking at backlash far beyond anything you could have ever comprehended. And you can explore in any order, that's fine. But it's going to include 3 main story campaigns, including the usual gym battle route. So, the Pokemon Presents broadcast, they learned that Journeys is in the Paldea region. Or Paldea region. You're going to begin with your character joining a school. The Naranjan Academy. Or the Naranja Academy in Pokemon Scarlet. Or the Yuva Academy in Violet. From there, you're given a special independent study project, known only as the Treasure Hunt. Ooh. Yeah, it's an overglorified fetch quest because that's what's taking you around the Paldea region, where 3 grand stories are on offer, and they can be approached in any order. So you'd expect this, though. One of the stories revolves around becoming the region's best trainer, beating the leaders of the 8 Pokemon gyms. But in this one, you can take those 8 gyms on in any order you goddamn well please. I'm going to say that again, because I don't think that's stressed enough. You can take on these gyms in any goddamn order you please. Yeah. You can take them on in any order. On the latest gameplay, they saw the Gliseo Gym. It's an Ice-type location and set what looks like a ski resort. You get 2 other campaigns, though, are more of a mystery, although there's some distinct possibilities for those hinted at in the new footage. One's possibly, or could possibly, revolve around the game's legendaries, which are Koraidon and Miraidon, who appear to partner with the player early on and are rideable Pokemon. They're motorcycles. They act like bikes, gliders, boats. They can even climb mountains. Hey, if these things have mythical qualities as usual legendaries do, and you're going to get them early in the game, why bother having a game, man? That you just literally gave them God mode, unless you're going to spike a difficulty strike somewhere. So there's a new game mechanic. As with all Pokemon games, you always get a new game mechanic. For X and Y, it was Mega Evolutions. For Alola, it was Z moves, and then of course Alolan forms. I don't remember what the hell was it for Sword and Shield. Oh, for Sword and Shield, it was that friendship thing that can keep you alive. That's right. It was that friendship thing that can keep them alive. For it's like, hey, you know, or was that earlier too? And I think that was earlier too. I think that was X and Y too. I don't know. There's that friendship thing that can keep you alive. If you know, if they're really your friends, they'll force themselves to battle for you. It's like we're gonna make sure that you win this battle if it's the last thing I do. I have 1 hit point left, but we can turn this battle around. Yeah, no bullshit. Yeah. So we get a new one though in this. And it's possibly what the other. Oh, sorry about that. It's possibly what the other main path could possibly branch to, and it's involving the new battle mechanic of. Oh, Gigantamax, and that's what it was in the other game. That's what Sword and Shield brought to the party. Gigantamax, that's what it was. I know I was going to think of it. We have a new one, though, for this one called Terrastalizing. This option allows any Paldea... I'm going to hate this damn region just trying to pronounce this thing. Paldea Pokemon in the game to turn into a new gem-like form, which makes them stronger and can even change their elemental type connected to a new stat, Terra type. There was a thing that somebody had up on Twitter about this. Apparently Diglett's going to get one of these forms and it's going to become like a water type. And I said that to my mom because Diglett's her favorite Pokemon. Oh my god, she started crying. And not tears of joy. They were tears of sadness. She was really upset about that. It's like, Diglett, I don't know why she likes Diglett so much. Okay, granted, yeah, I like Pikachu. I have a couple favorites myself, but for her, it's literally Diglett. I think I've got her like every single piece of Diglett merchandise I can find, from like every Diglett card ever made to just a Diglett plushie, a little Diglett figure. Diglett is her favorite Pokemon. In all honesty, if Pokemon actually existed, I would catch a shit ton of Diglett. My mom could train them, and she could go into business farming people's fields with the Digletts. Could you imagine how quickly she would be racking up the money? Hey, for $1,500, I will gladly plow your field. Just release the Digletts, explain to them what they got to do, and the Digletts will start to do it. I'll just make sure each one of them is equipped with an Everstone so they never evolve into Dugtrio. Actually, that would be pretty cool. That kind of gives you the idea, what would Pokemon do if they were actually real? I mean, I wouldn't mind a Pikachu, then I could have free electricity. I would just like to have a little Pikachu, though. Pikachu's my favorite. Always has been. But this option, though, like I said, is going to allow the Paldea Pokemon to turn into a gem-like form. The game's also going to introduce introduced Terra Raid battles, which can reward you with Pokemon that have rare Terra types. So, I'm going to ask this question. Did GoSave from Power Rangers Mega Force and Super Mega Force make this game? This isn't actually made by Game Freak, because this seems like they're just giving you shit. I'm swearing this feels like GoSave is just taking over Game Freak, and it's like he's just embarking what he did with the Megaforce team for you. It's like, oh, you need a legendary? Here you go. Have the legendary. You can ride it. You can glide with it. You can swim with it. It's going to become your new best friend. Just take it. It's fine. Hey, you need some raid battles. Here you go. Hey, no. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're going to need this. It's got a rare Terra type. It's going to come in handy for you. Here you go. Yeah, so you can get, like, rare Terra types, though. Like, in the trailer, you saw a water type, Gardevoir. Okay, which, yeah, sure, we'll go with that. No specific story reason, though, was given for why Terra Stylizing is a part of the game, but the official website says the new Professor Sada and Professor Turo are researching the phenomenon, so it seems likely to form part of a story campaign. Yes, figure out why these Pokemon can suddenly turn into crystallized gems. And while you're at it, see if we can't crack open a part of those gems and sell it for money. See if it might harm the Pokemon. Don't worry, PETA's not going to be involved in this. No, yeah, bullshit. PETA hates this game, by the way. But hopefully we'll find out more information when the game launches. But that's just one half of the news. Like I said, though, you also have the legendaries are goddamn motorcycles. Yeah. I'm just, there are no words that can express my feelings for this, but I'm just gonna say it. So Pokemon fans didn't gotta wait long, scouring blurry leaked images for details. Scarlet and Violet versions, during the Pokemon Presents live stream, Nintendo showed off the footage from November's Switch-exclusive tent poles. Yeah, see, this is the tent pole over here that we're going to bolster up for the Black Friday sale, and over here's the second one, and it's going to hoist up the Nintendo tent, just have everybody come in, and then once we snatch both of those down and close the tent, we're going to have you, and that's where we're going to take your money. Yeah, microtransaction your ass. That's what it's going to be, so. Oh, yeah, it's going to be microtransaction out the ass for this thing. So, they showed off a ton of footage, though, for this, including the new details about the legendary Pokemon, who you may join your team. Yeah, they might join your team earlier in the game than ever before. First off, I want to stress something right here, right now. If you're giving the player a legendary Pokemon, let's say you literally get 2 towns into the game, and then that's when you get the legendary Pokemon. Or you have your starter, then you have the legendary. What's your prerogative for leveling up your starter? What's your prerogative for wanting to capture everything? You can probably just one-shot this entire thing with your legendary. Just make your legendary stronger and then just one-shot it because it'll have the legendary power. Or is it going to be it's locked based on your gym badges? Then it'll be more powerful. Like, hey, when you unlock this gym badge, you've unlocked, this new level cap for your legendary. That's the only way I see this working, and it's not even working that well in my head. I see this being a Game Freak fucked up again moment. And to be fair, they're not exactly... Well, let's be fair. Game Freak does not have the best track record anymore when it comes to not fucking up their Pokemon games. When Sword and Shield came out, it's when they started it with their BS lies of, we can't have a national dex, which, by the way, there isn't one in this one either. They're region locked again. They were like, oh, we can't include every single Pokemon anymore because of all this stuff. But hey, check out this beautiful looking scenery. Isn't it great? It's wonderful looking scenery, isn't it? I could care less about your scenery. The fact that fan-made Pokemon games, can put every single Pokemon into them. And we're talking every single, even the newer Pokemon on the old school systems. So, because there have been fan games made for Gen 3, Gen 4, and Gen 5. Okay? So we're talking Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Okay? Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. And Black, White, Black 2, and White 2. Okay? They have been able to put new Pokemon, brand new Pokemon, into these games from the newer generations. What's stopping Game Freak from putting every single Pokemon into this game? Because it takes too much time and effort, and they want people to be immersed in the massive immersion experience. You are literally selling DLC in cartridge form. You looked at how every other game is going. You say, oh, we're not going to be making money anymore. The Pokemon name isn't going to carry as much weight as it used to. So we have to start making changes. And that's going to be one of the changes we're going to make is no new Pokemon. No region, no national decks. You have to have all your Pokemon got to be in this region only. Great going. But yeah, so first announced back in February, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the next mainline series, or entries in the Pokemon Juggernaut, Nintendo's Juggernaut series of the monster collecting RPGs. Well, Pokemon's its own Juggernaut at this point too, so it's the 9th generation of the game. So holy shit, we're in the 9th gen already. Jesus Christ, 9 generations of Pokemon, and this is what we come to. 9 generations of Pokemon, and this is what we've come to. At least, I'm going to say this, at least we've come a long way from Gen 1 up until Sword and Shield. And that's when I kind of think we went back to Gen 1 for a little bit. But, hey, at least we are 9 generations. Jesus Christ. I can't believe that. Yeah. But like the previous entries, 2019 Sword and Shield, they're fully 3D and a divergence from the top-down perspective that defined the previous 2 decades of games. In June, Nintendo gave Pokemon Scarlet and Violet a release date of November 18th, which I said was ironically going to be right around Black Friday, and look who was right again. Ho, ho, ho. Literally, the week before Black frickin' Friday. Oh boy. Because you know parents are going to want to buy this for their kids for Thanksgiving. It's like, look, we're going to have a serious conversation at Thanksgiving. We don't want the kids involved. Hey, the new Pokemon game came out. Okay, kids, we got you an early Christmas present. Here, we're going to give it to you now so you can play it. It's a new Pokemon game. Really? Yes, you're going to love it. Now, you stay in here, okay? The grown-ups are going to be in the other room, and the grown-ups are going to be talking. If you need anything, just push this little button right here. A little light will go off in the other room, and one of us will come in and see what you need, okay? Okay. And then the parents are in the other room bitching and complaining about how much stuff's going up and that they can't afford to live there anymore, and they're going to start complaining about other things. They don't want the kids to know about it. So it's like, here, we're just going to buy the kids a $60 game for their freaking game system, and they can play that while we scream and holler at each other in the other room. Isn't it beautiful? Welcome to the new era of time. Yeah. But the duo, though, of legendaries, Corridon and Miraidon, and honestly, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, but that's about what it seems like to me, are going to appear respectively in Scarlet and Violet's versions, no shit, and are certainly in keeping with the legendary Pokemon of recent entries. Massive dragons who are equal parts silly-looking and elegant. They're rideable, though from the trailers shown off with the Pokemon Presents, you can pilot them as bona fide motorcycles. They can also fly and surf. So basically, you have, there's probably going to be, there's ride, there's fly, and surf. Why do I need a flying water type then, if I can fly with the motorcycle and surf with the motorcycle? Yeah, fuck this game. Yeah, you can also ride along with wild pokes. Oh, God. No, I don't know why they run on their legs over using their giant tires. Well, apparently the one does it. I think it's the red one does run with the legs. I think the blue one does use the wheels, but they might have changed that now. I don't know. It might have just been an off shot in the trailer or something. But, yeah, that's, yeah, why the hell would you not use your wheels? You're a fucking motorcycle. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know. Corridon and Miraidon are so essential for traversal indicates you might unlock them earlier than ever. Historically, Pokemon games give you a chance to get the legendary Pokemon between your battles against the 7th and 8th gym leaders, except in the case of Mewtwo, that one was after the game. Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno, depending on how you go about it, you could actually get one or two of those prior to Blaine. Don't quote me on that. I'm remembering loosely here. But, yeah, most of the time, at least Gen 3 on, I'm pretty sure it was after, well, at least, I know with Gen 3, I know with Ruby and Sapphire, at least with Sapphire, it was between the 7th and 8th gym, because I remember the very first time I ever played it, I didn't grab the Master Ball. And I was kicking myself for it, but I couldn't capture Kyogre. And I was like, God damn it. And I killed it. And I was really upset, but I'm like, oh, well, it's fine. And that one was basically, can I beat this with Blaziken? And my Blaziken was a level 100. Whooped ass and took names. And, God, I miss that Blaziken. I maxed that thing out with all the vitamins I could find. I had doing all the battling, every battle, every single fight. That Blaziken was a hard ass. Yeah. I remember that game. That was so much fun. I could play that again. But anyway, yeah, so with this now, you might get it earlier. Wow. But it's hard to imagine Scarlet and Violet preventing you from using key traversal techniques to get around until you close in on the end game. Typically, you get your bike somewhere near the start of the game, with the other traversal features occurring midway through, like getting Fly and Surf are usually about the midway part of the game. It's unclear, though, if all the options will be unlocked from the get-go, though, but it's worth noting that this is an open-world game, so they may need to plan for the possibility you're going in any direction. Yeah. But beyond that, though, there's a ton of lingering questions about Scarlet and Violet, including the region's name, which they said was the Paldea region, which comprises Spain and Portugal. It's based on the Iberian Peninsula. Okay. These versions are fully open world, so yay. While Scarlet and Violet don't have Mega Evolutions, yeah, no shit, they didn't want to do that, yeah, they didn't want to do that for reasons. That's, you know, silly, their predecessors. There's a new type of battle, Terra Raid battles. Pokemon can terrestrialize. A very real world today's announcers used two different types by absorbing crystals, seemingly confirming the leaks. For instance, Nintendo is touting a Pikachu that can turn into a flying type as a pre-order bonus. Excuse me for a moment. Why? Sorry, I had to do that. But yeah, this is going to be the first time, though, in series history. It's going to feature different professors, science-savvy group. You're actually going to a school. Yeah. The entire Pokedex isn't publicly available yet, though Nintendo has teased the most important Pokemon, two of the starters, a Grass-type Spiritigo and the Fire-type Lizard Fusino, are worth considering for your team. The Water-type Duck Pokemon Quaxley has been rightfully pillared for being a total cop. Yeah, great. So in other words, the Water Duck Pokemon is useless. Great. That's nothing new. Yep. But perhaps no Gen 9 Pokemon has caught more attention than Lechuk, a baby pig with sad eyes who, and apparently the colleagues on this article was spot on with their announcement there. Looks like it's made for some delicious sandwich meat. Yes, we talked about Lechuk. Lechuk is the pig that they just want to eat and make into a sandwich. So, yeah. So, I feel like this game's going to bomb. I feel like this is going to be Game Freak putting this out there like, hey, we spent all this money. It's a beautiful game. Love our game. Love it or else. And the fans are just going to look at this and go, nope, this is garbage. This is crap. We hate it. God damn it. No. Yes, we hate it. It sucks. That's what I feel like, and I kind of fear this is going to be. But at the same time, it's understandable. But yes, it's still cringeworthy. So this is interesting. Now, Halo 2 has been out for a long time. And I mean a long time. So they said it was impossible. For nearly 2 decades, it seemed to be the case. However, a streamer named, I'm going to mispronounce this, I know this, Jervalian, beat Halo 2's LASO Deathless Challenge, earning a cool 20 grand in the process. Yeah. So earlier in the summer, YouTuber Charles Critical White Jr., basically for those of you that don't know him, I think that's Moist Critical. That's usually who he is. I'm almost certain that's who he is. I bet good money that's who it is. I'll probably right, that's who it is. Give me a second, I'm pulling it up. Come on! Load up, damn it! The hell are you going so slow for? Oh, well, that loads up. But yes, but he talked about, or he posted a $5,000 bounty to beat Halo 2 on the highest difficulty setting with every bonus challenge modifier turned on without dying. In the 18 years since Halo 2's 2004 release on Xbox, yeah, no one has ever published evidence of completing the challenge. And, yeah, it's him. That's what I thought it was. Yep. I know it was him. Yeah. So, I mean, when you see the words critical, you know who the hell that is. But no one's ever published evidence of beating this challenge. Well, White's challenge stipulates that the whole run is streamed, either on YouTube or Twitch. By July, no one had successfully stepped up to the plate, so last month, he tacked an extra 15 grand onto the bounty. Yep. So most observers, though, keeping tabs on the challenge, had their money on Jervalian, and I do apologize for mispronouncing this, a relatively private streamer who's picked up a modest following for setting world records on a variety of Halo challenges, being the first person to complete it. Sure enough, he crossed the finish line. And he archived the stream, though. You can pull it up. It's really interesting. So neither White nor Jervalian could be reached for a comment in the time of the publication of the article on Kotaku. But he was remarkably chill for finishing what some people, including White Jr., have called the hardest challenge in all of gaming, addressing viewers in the even-handed tone used while moving on to the next addendum in most empty community board meetings. So it's basically, hey, look, we got it, but yeah, who cares? So whether or not Halo 2's LASO Deathless Challenge really is the hardest in gaming is, of course, a subjective matter. Somebody's going to say, no, this is the hardest challenge you're ever going to have in a game. No, this is the hardest challenge you'll have in a game. No, it's this the hardest game challenge. It varies. Honestly, congratulations. So long as you didn't cheat or anything, congratulations. Holy crap. But yeah, would I have tried it? No. Mostly because I'm not a fan of Halo. I'm gonna safely say this. Do I know what Halo is? Yes, I own Halo Legends. It's a DVD. I'm pretty sure I still have a copy. I know I still have a copy. I think I got another one from the Dollar Tree for like $1. And I'm like, okay, I think I was meant to have this. And I think I still have it. If not, it's up on YouTube. I did watch it. It gives you like the entire history of the Flood. It gives you a history of all the creatures. There's some really cool little one-off OVA stories in it. I do like the anime one that's kind of like that has like the Dragon Ball inspiration to it. I think was really cool. Spartan, what was it, like Spartan 43 or something? It was kind of funny. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of good ones in that. I'll safely say this, it was the better of the Walmart purchases I ever made back then. It wasn't like that god-awful Voltron movie that I had gotten where they were combining the vehicle Voltron and the lion Voltron, and that thing, I fell asleep twice during that. Twice? And I know I sold that afterwards, because I'm like, yeah, no, fuck this, I put it up on eBay. Because I'm like, that was a shit show. It was a freaking shit show. But, yeah, so... But anyway, this is impressive. You earned the bounty. congratulations, wholeheartedly. If you want to read more about it, it's in the article on here. I don't want to dive too far into it because it basically, you know, yeah, it just explains how he did it and everything else, which you can easily see if you watch the stream, which is archived, like I said. So, but yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, that is very interesting. $20,000 bounty is yours. Now, you know what you can do with that $20,000? Yeah, if I were him, I'd take that 20 grand. If he get, when he actually gets the money, I would take that 20 grand and put it in a very, very, very safe place. A very, very, very safe place where it will never see the light of day. Yep, that's where I would go with it. But yeah, congratulations, wholeheartedly. I just don't want to dive too far into it because it gives a lot of the stuff, and most of it, like I said, you can see in the video. But either way, I mean, that is impressive, though. First, I mean, the game's what? How many decades old now? They say it came out in 2004, so at least almost, oh Christ, almost 2 decades. Jesus Christ. Yes, it's almost 2 decades old, so yeah, holy hell. That is impressive. Nonetheless. But, yeah. I mean, definitely, that is cool. I'm not going to lie about that at all. That is cool. Alright, so I love watching this channel on YouTube. It's called False Swipe Gaming. They usually go, how good was it? And it's basically regarding Pokemon. It's like, this Pokemon, how good was, like, let's say, Pikachu in competitive battles? How good was Skarmory in competitive battles? How good was Rayquaza, Mewtwo, Deoxys, things like that? And I've been watching this for a while. I get a kind of a kick out of it. Though I kind of think the person that's reading it could add a little more flavor to the text. But, not going to argue much about it. But, yeah. Anyway, competitive Pokemon has always had this little stipend. You cannot bring the mythical Pokemon into our tournaments. No Mew, no Mewtwo. Well, Mewtwo I think is allowed now, but I don't think for a while. But no Mew, no Arceus, no Manaphy, none of the stuff that's considered mythical. None of the stuff that you have to get via an in-game event. Unless you can catch it in the game. Yeah, so yeah, Mewtwo would have been allowed then if you can catch it in the game. Nothing that's outside the game is allowed. Well, competitive players were both excited and terrified at the recent rule changes to the video game competitions VGC, where players compete against one another via Pokemon Sword and Shield in an array of leagues. Mythical Pokemon are now allowed for official tournament play for the first time. This means that nobody is safe from the heavy hitters like Megarnia or Victini. The community is scrambling now to find counters for these. Because you gotta realize, they had their... And that's what I'm saying. If you want to know about this, watch False Swipe Gaming. He explains a shit ton about this in that. But you have, like, Deoxys running this certain move set with this certain held items. Or this and this. This is going to create... This is literally pouring gasoline onto an already burning fire and hoping it doesn't ignite. Because you know this is going to ignite. But yeah, so this is huge. Some of the most truly diabolical players have already started to add broken Pokemon to their own teams. So basically ones whose movesets are extremely busted, ones whose abilities are highly powering the other team. So this is going to completely power creep the fuck out of everything. Come with Gen 9, they talk about power creep when it comes to a lot of these games for different generations. Like, hey, power creep really, put this Pokemon in its place. Well, here you go. This is going to completely knock every tier on its ass. This is going to be a complete and total reset. And these things were banned for a reason. They were considered way too OP. And they do ban Pokemon for being OP. For the longest time, there was a few of them that were banned for being OP. Couldn't even participate in official tiers. They were like unofficial tiers they could participate in, but official tiers they couldn't be in anywhere near. So this is impressive nonetheless. The rules for the latest Series 13 ranked matches starting September 1st were posted for Sword and Shield, and Series focused on the Galar region. The rules mainly remain the same from the last series, except for an extended eligible Pokemon list. The information was originally spotted by Pokemon fan site Cerebly, and Kotaku was able to confirm the full list of eligible Pokemon in the Pokemon Home mobile app. Oh boy, here we go. Mythical Pokemon are better known as event legendaries and are normally close to impossible to obtain through normal gameplay. This group includes, but is not limited to, Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Arceus, and so on. It's basically Deoxys. Think of some other ones. I can't. Genesect. Yeah, I would say Zoroark. I would kind of consider that, but well, let's play this little game up here. Name these Pokemon in the thing. So you have Keldo, Jirachi, Genesect, Victini, Arceus, Mew, Manaphy, Celebi, Shaman, Darkrai, Meloetta. The fact that I know those names, I guarantee you, I could show this exact picture to my mom in this article. I could say, name that Pokemon dead center in the middle. I have no idea. Name the one in the upper left corner. I have no idea. Name that little horsey thing. I have no idea. She might be able to pick out Manaphy. Maybe. I say maybe because I did go to the Manaphy event. And that's a fun story. So that's why I can definitely talk about this. I do find this hilarious. So when Manaphy was released, it was an event Pokemon. You could go to the Toys R Us or your local Toys R Us and get it. I went to mine, and they were kind of the, I like to say, weird people about it at the time. Because it's like, I'm an adult. Now, I looked at the time older than I was. And they're looking at me like, why is there a full-grown adult here for a thing for children? And they were kind of getting a little weirded out. They wanted to make sure that they didn't have to call the cops or keep an eye on me for something. So then I finally just looked at the one store employee. They're kind of looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm picking this up for my son. I had to lie, because I was tired of the looks I was getting from these people. It's like, why is there a grown man here? This is wrong. He should not be here. I'm like, yeah, I'm picking this up for my son. Today's his birthday. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, his mom took him someplace. I told him I had to work this morning. And in reality, I'm coming here, and I'm going to surprise him with this later today. Oh, okay. Then they walked away and stopped bugging me. Seriously, I actually had to lie because I was getting tired of being freaking stared at. It's like, why is there a grown-ass man here? It's like, there's a freaking guy that looks like a fucking hippie in front of me that I was talking to. And they had to yell at him twice because he was sitting on the floor. They had to yell at him twice for that. Then we're finally standing in line, and it's like, okay, fine, cool. Now it's done. I got it. I'm leaving. But, yeah. But like I said, so you could probably point out Manaphy, but I can name every single one of them in this. Like I said, Meloetta, Darkrai, Shaman, Celebi, Manaphy, Mew, Arceus, Victini, Jirachi, Genesect, Keldo. I know. I know. It's sad that I know. Yeah. So previously you had to participate in special in-person events in order to obtain these rare Pokemon. Now the only mythical Pokemon that are excluded from the eligibility list are the ones that can't be obtained in Sword and Shield. That can't be obtained in Sword and Shield. So, in other words, there's still some that aren't allowed. I need to know which ones are not in, can't be obtained in Sword and Shield. I need to know this. Hold on. I need to know which mythical Pokemon cannot be obtained in Sword and Shield. Hold on. Which mythical Pokemon cannot be... I need to know this. I need to know this. I need to know this. I need to know. Which ones cannot be obtained? Okay, mythical Pokemon that cannot be obtained in Sword and Shield. Okay, here we go. I get the feeling this is going to be their version of keeping power creep, but at the same time, piss off. It's like you're letting mythical... It's almost like you're letting mythicals in, but only weak mythicals. That's not right. Let's see. They say which ones are allowed. Oh, okay. Here we go. So which ones are and aren't allowed? They say, oh, what the hell? Alright, it's not saying anything though. It's not really giving the okay, so only Pokemon available in only Pokemon available in Sword and Shield can take part. Which leaves out the likes of Deoxys, Arceus, Shaman, Manaphy, Hoopa, Darkrai, Meloetta, and more. What the fuck? What mythicals are they allowing then? Okay, here we go. Alright, so here's the official tweet. I'm going to read off of it. For the first time, well, one of the official tweets, somebody, I think, screen captured it and then put it up there. Mythical Pokemon are going to be allowed in a VGC format. Galar Pokedex number 001 through 400, Isle of Armor Pokedex number 001 through 211, and Crown Tundra Pokedex number 001 through 210 are eligible, as well as the following Pokemon: Mewtwo, Mew, Raikou, Entei, Suicune. Great. Lugia, Ho-Oh, Celebi, Trico, Grovyle, Sceptile, Torchic, Combusken, Blaziken, Mudkip, Marshtomp, Swampert, Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Jirachi, Uxie, Mesospirit, Azelf, I think. Dialga, Palkia, Heatran, Regigigas, Giratina, Cresselia, Victini, Tornadus, Thundurus, Reshiram, Zekrom, Landorus, Kyurem, Keldo, Genesect, Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde, Diancie, Volcanion, Rowlet, Dartrix. Wow, I can't pronounce half of these anymore. Desudai, Litten, Torracat, Incineroar. Poplio, or Poplio. Baryon, Primaria, Tapacoco, Tapalele, Tapabulu, Tapafini, Cosmog, Cosmium, Solgaleo, Lunia. When did Pokemon names become so goddamn hard? Oh, God. Nihilego, Buzzwole. Seriously. Pheromosa, Xurkitree, Crestelia, Cortana, Guzzlord, Necrozma, Magnernia, Marshadow, Poipole, Naganadel. So that was the one that Ash had when he won the Alolan League. God, why? Let's see here. Stakataka, Bisafilion, Zeraora. Oh, I actually like that one. I've never had it, but I actually like that. Meltan and Melmetal. Yeah, Meltan and Melmetal, I think, were the ones that got really screwed. Big time. Yeah. Okay. So, I like how it's going here. Magurnia in VGC is a nightmare waiting to happen. They're excited to use mons like Keldeo, Volcanion, and Genesect for the first time, though. Some mons I think will be a big deal. Mew has every access to every TM and tutor move in the game, and it's pretty massive. On top of that, Mew gets transformed, and has a massive base HP stat to use it. They expect Imprison, Transform, Trick Room, and offensive sets to be popular, which would make sense. Jirachi is another great support. Victini is going to be super toxic. Its ability raises its own accuracy and its partner's accuracy by 10%. Meaning you can spam Degenerate, inaccurate moves. Oh, wow, that's going to be fun. With more confidence, and has a stupid broken move in V-Create, and at least Incineroar counters it, so that's good. You got Keldeo, Genesect, Volcaron. Yeah, Magernia is going to be, wow, probably the mon that will be the most potential to ruin the format. Magernia gets stronger anytime any Pokemon faints. Okay? Meaning you can do stuff like Explosion, Final Gambit, heck, even just Follow Me or continue making it stronger. Ooh, yeah, that's going to break the game. Yeah, that's going to shatter the game. That's going to destroy it. That'll fuck it up. Yeah, so okay, here we go. So what mythical Pokemon are unattainable? Or is this like the Shiny Locked mythical Pokemon, legendary Shiny Locks? Well, that's nothing new. Okay, it's like the shiny Pokemon. That's nothing new. It doesn't really say which ones. I mean, yeah, I mean, come on, what the hell? I mean, that's the whole point here. You're putting this out there, and then you're saying, hey, you know, we can't have, you know, mythical ones here. Okay. I mean, out of Gen 1, I mean, these are the Pokemon that aren't in Sword and Shield, at least as of, when the hell is this? I'm literally looking this up. As of June of this year, these are the Pokemon that are not in the game, just from Generations. This isn't even counting your mythicals. Arbok, Beedrill, Bellsprout, Dugong, Dodrio, Doduo, Drowsy, Ekans, Electrode, Fearow, Geodude, Golem, Graveler, Grimer, Hypno, Kakuna, Mankey, Muck, Paris. Oh, Mankey should. I don't know, Muck. Yeah. Muck, Paris, Parasect, Pidgeot, Pidgeotto, Pidgey, Primeape, Raticate, Rattata, Seal, Spearow, Venomoth, Venonat, Victreebel, Voltorb, Weedle, and Weepinbell. That's just from Gen 1 alone. Gen 2 is even worse. It's got 45 Johto ones are missing. Gen 3, oh, Jesus Christ, they just butchered Gen 3. They don't even have half the good ones in it. Oh, yeah, okay, alright, so yeah, no Deoxys, it's not in there, so no Deoxys. Bastards. Fucking figures. No Deoxys, no Arceus. What Gen 2 are they? So I know they released Lugia and Ho-Oh later on, so those are gonna be out. Let's see if I see any legendary ones here that I know of. Not seeing anything. I mean, there's freaking. Oh my god. You have balls the size of church bells to block out half of these crap. Seriously, balls the size of church bells. Oh, my fucking Christ. Yeah, so no Arceus. Yep, Manapee's out. Damn it. Darkrai. God damn it. You just... Alright, so it's like we're going to let certain ones in, but we're not going to let them all in. So, oh, yeah, Shaman's out too. Jesus Christ. Shaman's out. Poor Shaman. I feel sad. I feel sad now for it. I really do. Alright, so Gen 5's where I left. I didn't do Gen 6, so Gen 5's where I ended. I'm not seeing. Yeah, I'm not seeing any in Gen 5 that are mythicals, so that's good. But, oh, yeah, that's just... Oh, come on. Wow. You still can't get Greninja. Is not allowed. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so, it's going to be an issue. There's going to be issues, though. Yeah. So apparently, you can get Magernia can be obtained by completing the Alola Pokedex. In Sun and Moon, Mew can be captured and transferred over from Pokemon Go app. Victini can be captured in Pokemon Sword and Shield's DLC. So not being able to access limited time events is less of a competitive disadvantage now as it's been in the past. The new series rules, though, complicates the meta further. There are no restrictions on the number of legendary and mythical Pokemon that a player can bring to a ranked match. So in other words, they can just stack their whole fucking team with these things. Oh, that's going to be great! Yeah, okay, so everybody's going to have Magernia as their final one. And they're just going to use the other mythicals as cannon fodder. Yeah, that's going to be great. Previously, up to 2 legendaries had been allowed in tournaments under GS rules, introduced in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That's funny. Series 13 kicks off September 1st and runs until October 31st. After that, things will shift over to a freshly released Violet and Scarlet and their mid-November release. For now, though, there's absolutely nothing stopping competitors from curb stomping a full squad of broken legendaries and mythicals, and the VGC Pokemon players were going to have no fucking mercy. So basically, they're going the Commando Elite route from Small Soldiers. There will be no mercy. Yep. There's no need to wonder anymore where your god is, because he's going to be right there. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the Pokemon god isn't even allowed. Arceus isn't allowed. So, I can just see these players that are just going to go to the VGCs and want to have fun, and just want to do the VGCs for the hell of it, just to have some fun. And they're going to get curb stomped by a player doing dick moves of, hey, I'm going to spam the hell out of this Pokemon, and I'm going to have, like, my entire team's nothing but mythical Pokemon. No Deoxys. No Manaphy. No, Manaphy is not a massively powerhouse of a Pokemon. Believe me, I have one. It's not that powerful. Mine's up to max level, max, stats. It's not that powerful. Now, okay, granted, yes, I did use rare candies on mine because I had a crap ton from a friend of mine, but to be fair, it still wouldn't have made a freaking difference. And that's the thing. It's not going to make a difference. Jesus Christ. Yeah. VGCs are going to be a massive shit show. I can foresee it now. Okay, so Diablo Immortal. This is the game that is basically pay-to-win mechanics. You have to spend shit tons of money if you even want to be relatively good at this game. If you want to have a chance in hell of beating it, you need to drop hundreds upon thousands of dollars in cash. And one player did so after spending $100,000. The YouTuber has been bugged out of major end game events. So, first off, this is horrible. First off, that you would spend $100,000. You had that kind of money, I would have given that to other people. But yeah, gotta love this though. Blizzard's game's still broken. So their pay-to-win mechanics have been controversial since the game launched back in June. They are broken far beyond repair, and one YouTuber is paying the price for it now. After spending over $100,000 on beefing up his barbarian character, the player's win rate is seemingly so good the game won't even match him against other players, torpedoing his prospects of competing in the latest Rite of Exile endgame event. So over the weekend, Diablo Mortal YouTuber, I love that. JT is all business. God, I love that name. Asked viewers if he should try to refund his $100,000 account as a result of the issue. He claimed that he spent so much money immediately following the game's release that he was able to easily overpower almost every opponent in the game's PvP Battlegrounds mode. As a result, he has hundreds of wins and only a few losses, pumping up his MMR matchmaking rank so high it's now become impossible to queue with anyone else. I wouldn't say it's probably around somewhere. It's probably around somewhere around 48, 72 hours, somewhere in between. That only trying to queue for a battleground and never being able to get one, according to him. JT is all business contacted Blizzard about the issue almost a month ago, and said he eventually told the problem, or he was eventually told the problem would be addressed in a couple weeks. Now, however, his clan one times is competing in the Rites and the Right of Exile to defend its Immortals title against other players as part of Diablo Immortal's elaborate endgame. The only problem is he can't join them. Part of the questline requires participating in a standard Battlegrounds PvP match, but because of his matchmaking limbo, he was unable to qualify. So basically, he's stuck as the clan leader in the Immortals clan, not being able to, queue up for the rights of for the Right of Exile at all. I can't do anything about it. Adding to this frustration, though, is the fact that he's trying to make money off Diablo Immortals as a streamer and content maker, an effort now seemingly stymied by his early spending spree. Other videos are devoted to showing off his collection. For many other players in the community, however, it's a chef's kiss moment for everything they hate about the game's monetization. Congratulations! You just won a pay-to-win game, reads one of the top comments on his YouTube video discussing the issue. Can't complain about that, you got what you paid for. Others shared similar sentiments. In the video itself was downvoted thousands of times. Basically, you prove to everybody you're a rich asshole. They don't give two shits now because you're a rich asshole. They're looking at you like, we don't care. Hey, you spent how much money? You got what you paid for. And I will agree with that. They got what he paid for. You wanted to be this all-powerful deity. Well, now you are. You can't be matched with anybody. But yeah. Players on Reddit, though, where links to were being passed around were equally unmoved. I know it's his money and people can do whatever they want with theirs, but come the fuck on, man. $100,000 on Diablo Mortal, that wrote one person. Yeah, I agree with that. You spent $100,000 on a game that Blizzard could decide to knock the fucking servers down. What do you have to show for it? I spent $100,000, and we at Blizzard Entertainment thank you for that $100,000. I want my money back. You can go fuck yourself. That's basically the gist of it. You can go fuck yourself. We're not giving you back your money. Hell no. Oh no. When someone's Diablo character is worth close to my entire mortgage. Yeah, that's... Jesus Christ. $100,000. You know what I would have done with $100,000? I would have done a lot with $100,000. I wouldn't have dumped it into a fucking Diablo game from fucking Blizzard. You're wondering, it's like, oh, well, I'm going to spend $100,000 on my character. I'm going to make them really strong, and then I can do all sorts of things in my game, and I'm going to be this unpowerful god, and I can do anything I want. I can't be matched with anyone. That's you. I'm sorry to say it this way, but he's acting like a crybaby about it. I can't be matched with anyone. It bothers me. Hey, they don't want to be matched with you either because you're going to one-shot them. I think it's fair. There's nobody else that you can compete with. The game is saying that you're too powerful. It can't give you anything. It's literally the equivalent of going back in time, having advanced weaponry, and just laying waste to the cavemen. Did anybody out there ever play Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution? The DS game that came out? I actually played it for a little bit. It was a fun game. But there was a part in that you could play this like what-if scenario where for a few turns you have access to advanced technology. I mean like planes, advanced soldiers, and everything. And you can lay waste to everything around you. They can't even touch your ass. That's this. So Blizzard and JT is all business didn't immediately respond to Kotaku for a request in the comment. It's not yet clear how the situation will affect the rest of his clan, which includes players he said have each poured thousands of dollars of their own into the game. Blizzard thanks you for that money. That's going to harbor bullshit for the next few centuries. You people are the I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. You people are the epitome of why other people hate streamers and gamers, and why they don't think it's a valuable business, and why anybody that goes, I want to be a streamer, they immediately start bitch slapping them and berating them for it. And you are the prime example of it. Okay? You're the prime example of this. You spent $100,000 in the game. So you just proved that you have the almighty credit card. You have cash to burn. Hey, why don't you give back to the community a little bit? Hey, this is what I need to live on a month. You know, get food and a couple little amenities. I want to give like little challenges. Hey, if anybody can beat, this is what I would do. If you actually are this good, and if they allow it, what I would do is give them the opportunity. And you, instead of spending $100,000 in this game, you should have just given players a chance to earn money beating your ass. You would still get money from your content, and they would be seen too. Hey, this character's going to come at me. All right, we have another challenger for the next hour. That's all you got to do is, like, put up a thing in your stream and go, hey, attention all, what is this? Attention all Diablo players. I'm right here. Kick my ass. If you can beat me within the next hour, this is how much money you'll win. And it'll go up for every player I knock down. And see how many takers you get. See if somebody can take the freaking pot. Think like that episode of SAO, Gun Gale Online, when Kirito won the pot and got all that money. Yeah, I remember that. We all remember that. Yeah. I can't believe it, though. But once the Rite of Exile is completed, the top 30 challengers are pitted against a single immortal who is transformed into a raid boss. One thing seems certain, it will not be JT is all business. Well, yeah, JT is all money. I want to ask this, and I want somebody in the comments that's listening to this podcast, and I will put this out on there. Answer me this. Okay, so riddle me this, Batman. How in the hell are these streamers and these gamers making this much money? How in the holy fuck are they making at least $100,000 that they can put into a game? I want to know! How can I get in on this? $100,000 that you spent of your own money, and now you're crying like a toddler because you can't play the game. It took my money and I can't play no more. I'm freaking gastiged by this. I'm fucking boggled by this. You're crying like a toddler because you can't play the game anymore. Because you're locked out of it because you're too fucking strong because you spent all that money to make yourself this strong. You know, instead of leveling up, progressing, learning, and improving yourself the way an MMORPG is supposed to be played, you took the escalator shortcut that you just swipe the credit card for each floor you gotta go up to. You hit God level. You're basically sitting up there sipping Mai Tais and martinis. The hell? And now you're upset because nobody wants to play with you because the game's realizing that you're too fucking OP? Oh, no, the game won't give me nobody to play with. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Not fair. So piss off. So it's not fair. It's not fair. You're crying like a fucking toddler for this. There was an update, though, to this. While Blizzard did not comment on the case above, they did say they are working on the general fixes to matchmaking that will arrive sometime during the week. They've heard feedback that some Diablo Mortal players are unable to find matches in Battleground PvP, or it might take a long time. They're looking into these reports and expect to roll out changes to the matchmaking system this week. Oh, great. So basically they're gonna make it so that you can go in there and you can just OP and bitch slap people into the ground with your massively powerful character. What in the hell? Seriously. What in the hell? So, and this is the thing that I get the joke out of with this, okay? I get an honest-to-God joke out of this. You're crying about not being able to be matched in the game. That's what's upset you. Because of that, You cry to Blizzard. It's basically no better than a toddler that goes crying to their parents because I can't, nobody wants to play with me. I don't want to be here. Nobody wants to play. Make them play with me. I guarantee you if I would go into this is the thing. I'm seriously laughing at this. If I would go into an MMORPG and I would be crying at the top of my lungs and nobody wants to play with me, I'm pretty sure I would get blacklisted pretty fucking fast. Yeah. But sure. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. You spent $100,000. You did this to yourself. Screw off. There's nothing you can do about it. You did this to yourself. Still with it. Well, I can't play any. So you can't play anymore. Big freaking deal. Hey, you did it to yourself. Like I said, you did it to yourself. They didn't do it to you. You did it yourself. Deal with it. Alrighty, everybody. That's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. I will catch you all next week. Don't forget, we have Patreon. Patreon.com/webdesigner18 if you want to help support the channel. We also have a Ko-fi page. Both links to both of those. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to put them down in the description. Links in the description as well. There's also a link. Who am I kidding? Nobody even gets this far into the video. And if you do, thank you, by the way, if you are this far into the video. But, oh yeah. So we also have the t-shirt thing over on Spring. There's an Etsy shop, Simple Design by Andrew. I couldn't get the S. Somebody had already had that. So Simple Design by Andrew. Up on Etsy. There's also the Spring shop. Links to those are in the description. The GoFundMe. I said about Patreon and Ko-fi. I'm over at Twitter, @OTakeYourRoads. This official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Ring that notification bell, and I'm tapping out. I'll catch you all next time here in the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast.